The visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi arriving, all other members of Parliament are set and ready. And Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi, other members of Parliament as well. A namaskar from Prime Minister Modi to the Lok Sabha Speaker. And then, of course, heading, that's where standing. Amid the applause, let's dip in to the sound here if we can catch on to it.
अभी सांसद अब देखिए प्रधानमंत्री के साथ बैठने के लिए फोटो खिंचाने के लिए सभी सांसद मौजूद हैं। इनफैक्ट मतलब इस प्रोटोकॉल को भी आप अगर हटा दें तो सभी सांसद नीचे तक भी बैठने को तैयार हैं। सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट इस तरह से किया हुआ है कि फोटो खींची जा सके। उसके लिए देखिए सांसद सब पहली पंक्ति में ही बैठे हुए हैं। देखिए प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी बैठे हैं, साथ में राजनाथ सिंह जी हैं, पीयूष गोयल उनके साथ हैं, अमित शाह जी मौजूद हैं।
बिल्कुल आप सही कह रहे हैं। किसी तरह का कोई संकोच किसी भी सांसद के अंदर नहीं है। अगर मान लीजिए सीटिंग कैपेसिटी जो है वो कम पड़ गई है तो हम आगे देख पा रहे हैं कि आगे की रो में तमाम सांसद नीचे भी बैठे हुए हैं। ये उत्साह है इस समय वहां।
अब देखिए आपको दिखा दें, अभी उपराष्ट्रपति माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति भी आने वाले हैं। उनको
This is before they head to the new Parliament building. You're looking at all the senior members of Parliament, and some of them, remember, have been members, whether in Parliament or in political life, have been there for more than 30 to 40 years. And some of them are literally veterans who've spent many decades in the old building, a British-era building built in 1927. And now you see final photograph taking place. Seated in the center, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Vice President of the country, who's also the Rajya Sabha chairperson, Jagdeep Dhankar, and other leaders, and Lok Sabha Speaker, of course, Om Birla as well, and other senior members of the Parliament seated there together. And it's incredible to look at this image. Remember, about 788 to be specific, about 800 of members of Parliament, some of them seated, literally squatting on the ground because they're all, it will be very difficult to fit them all together. Home Minister Amit Shah, we can see walking up to someone. We'll try and get clarity on what happened. You're looking at Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Minister Nitin Gadkari, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, Vice President of the country Jagdeep Dhankar, who's also the Rajya Sabha chairperson, Prime Minister Modi. They're seated in the front. Behind them also I can see all the ministers from the government standing. This is also, of course, protocol and procedure, but Home Minister Amit Shah has just got up, it appears, to help and assist one of the other members of the Parliament. But one can't help but be in awe of this picture. It's very rarely, because we usually only see the final photograph. But for all of them to assemble together, this is a moment no member of Parliament will want to miss. This is a moment for the history books. 19th September 2023. That is when the final session, final day of the old building took place. All our members of Parliament present here together for one last time in the old building before they all march together to fight, debate, discuss, decide the direction of India, of Bharat in the next few years in the new Parliament building. And as Aishwarya was also telling us earlier, the doors of the new Parliament building have got names that Indians can relate to. It has clearly the feeling of nationalism, patriotism, and to know that this is our Parliament and built in what and how Indians deserve it, not only a British colonial era gift. There was a lot of opposition to it also earlier, but today it appears for one moment all these members of Parliament have got together, 788 in total. And consider getting all 800 of them together would be no easy task. Aishwarya, over to you, because you've been inside the Parliament buildings as well, and I would say both old and new. Do tell us about a bit of a difference that you can tell us about as we stay with these visuals of the photo opportunity.
Well, Pooja, it's a swanky new building. Once you step into it, you will see how retina scans have been put in place. So definitely security was a top priority for the government while making this new building. And once you step inside, you will see the CCTV cameras that have been put in place. You will also be able to see the large LEDs that have been put in place. All the documents, most of them, the offices inside the new building will mostly be paperless, because that's how the functioning will take place. And that's something that Prime Minister has been speaking about, that India needs needs to embrace technology. Not just that, he also said that this in fact is India's decade. So all those things, keeping all those things in mind, these are the nitty-gritties that went into making, the new parliament building. So that's the tech on one side. On the other side, Pooja, is the Samudra Manthan. If we speak about India, if we speak about our culture, Samudra Manthan is a landmark. So, on one of the walls, you have the depiction of the Samudra Manthan. If we speak about, our national flower, if we speak about the emblem, all those things have been very, have been incorporated in the new building. And one of the things that will now happen, because if we speak about the Lok Sabha, the freeze was done way back in 2001 for the next 25 years, which means that there is a delimitation that will take place in the year 2026, which means that the number of seats will increase.